We have in today a Super Famicom. This is just the Japanese version of the SNES in the UK and the SNES in America. The Japanese version looks like the English version, so this is the one I'm used to seeing, but it says Super Famicom where the label is, which stands for Super Family Computer. This one's come in because it's got some wavy issues on the output, and the customer's paid for a capacitor replacement in the hope that it might also fix that. Now I've got several in for repair. This one is in for a completely different job, but we'll use it as an example. And this one's the customer's. Let's first just take a look at what the video output on composite should look like. So it'll be black screen on this game to start, and then when it loads, blue is always a great colour for composite because it's one that will show most of the noise. You can see no noise there. Let's compare that. And then look at that. Tons of kind of ripple and noise everywhere. So I've never seen that specific noise before, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Let's make sure we pick the right one. So this is the one with the issue. I'll put this other customer's back, and let's just get inside this thing. One way to typically tell if anyone's ever been in it before is if you listen when you first unscrew. Hear that little crack? That's what normally happens when the screws haven't been undone in a long time. So this one I've already loosened, and you can hear if I go to do it again. There's obviously no crack noise. So you know when you hear that kind of crack that it's very likely this has never been opened. And all the dust bunnies inside of this kind of confirm what we thought. So this has been probably like this since factory. And have you ever wondered how this magic eject button on the SNES ever worked? This button here presses down on this, and it's literally a plastic lever, so that when your games are inserted, that lever just lifts up the game. Now experience will tell me if we've got video noise issues, the first suspect's going to be this voltage regulator. So to prove that, let's just bypass the regulator, inject 5 volts from our bench power supply, and this will bypass the linear voltage regulator. And if we look on screen now, all we've got to see is has that noise cleared up. And there you go. So noise gone. No need for any kind of advanced diagnostics. It's just purely experience on this one that I knew where to look. So that'll be a simple fix. I'll chuck a fresh one of these on. And while we're inside the case, we'll obviously give everything a full clean as well to remove all this dust. So we'll start with a basic wipe down of all the major dust, and then we'll move on to soap and a deeper clean. Not a full deep clean because that's a service we offer, but as part of the basic one, just make sure we get all of this old dust out. Let's start with the regulator first before the recap to prove that the issue was just that. And I should have some generic 7805s in here. These ones will do. Because they basically just dissipate heat through almost resistance basically on the higher voltage down to lower, LDOs as they're called, linear dropout regulators, lose all of the extra voltage in heat, and you have to do big heat sinks. And that's the old one out, and here's the new one. So we'll just place that in through the cleaned holes. And a quick test now, just without the heatsink. So bear in mind this is going to get warm fast. We don't want to leave it on too long. Just enough to test if this has worked. And as expected, that's all nice and clean now. And you can see as we start to remove them how much electrolyte has started to spill on these caps. So we've caught it just in time. The last step now is bag up all the customer's removed parts, get this one all cleaned up and built back, and then let's do a final test. And here we are all built back up, everything ready to go. And let's just double check that the issue has gone on screen. And there you go, perfectly clean. For composite at least, that's how good composite gets. So now I will do a full QC, making sure everything on this console works, reset button, power button, controllers, play it for half an hour or so, and then we can get this one back to the customer.